What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, the American Jobs Plan, and the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, as well as what is going on in the world today. Better give me a like for this video, as I got some good news and some bad news to report to you guys. Today's episode is going to be a tale of good and bad, as you're going to want to stick around for this one, because should we cover the good news or the bad news first? And actually, we have several different good newses and several different bad newses. Yeah, the plural of newses. The plural of news. Good news, bad news, multiple good news. So let's cover the bad news first. Don't forget to give me a like down below. As you know me, I bring you the truth. Either way, good or bad, we're in this together. We're a family. And here we go. First set of bad news is yesterday night, a federal judge vacated the CDC's eviction moratorium. As you can see here, a federal judge yesterday vacated a nationwide freeze on evictions that was put in place by federal health officials to help cash-strapped renters remain in their homes during the pandemic. The ruling was a win for the coalition of property owners and realtors who brought one of several challenges against the CDC's eviction moratorium, which was first enacted under former President Donald Trump and later extended through June. In a 20-page ruling, U.S. District Court Judge Dabney Friedrich, who was appointed by former President Donald Trump, ruled that the agency exceeded its authority with the temporary eviction ban. Quote, "The question for the court is a narrow one. Does the Public Health Service Act grant the CDC legal authority to impose a nationwide eviction moratorium? It does not," the judge ruled. Here is the White House's response from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
One quick question. A judge this morning struck down the CDC's national moratorium on evictions. Do you have a response to that and the administration's plans to appeal potentially?
Yes, I do. We understand, and this just happened as you alluded to this morning. We understand the Department of Justice is reviewing the court's decision and should have more to say later today. We also recognize, of course, the importance of the eviction moratorium for Americans who have fallen behind on rent during the pandemic. A recent study estimates that there were 1.55 million fewer evictions filed during 2020 than would be expected due to the eviction moratorium. So it's clearly had a huge benefit, but we would expect that a response and any, of course, decision about additional action would come from DOJ, and you may hear more from them today.
Now, we're not really sure what this will mean. We'll probably get a lot more information here within the next 48 hours or so. I'll keep you updated on this eviction moratorium, what it's going to mean. Will it be completely removed? Will this just be a minor hurdle? Again, some of these issues have, they're bad for renters, but they might be good for some people, like people who own homes and rent them out and haven't been able to get rent from the people. So again, I try not to take sides. I try not to lean left, right, or middle. I just look at things from a real point of view and bring you guys the news. But I will keep you updated on this. And well, here's the next issue. And again, this next issue will have some good and some bad, some dark news and some light. So I guess it will just really depend on the way you look at it and whether or not it'll affect you and more coming forward. The state of Montana has become the first state to say that they're going to end the $300 per week unemployment bonuses, among other unemployment benefits, starting in June. And instead of offering unemployment benefits, they're going to offer return to work bonuses. Montana will stop offering expanded unemployment benefits in June and instead give bonuses to recipients of jobless aid who then come back to work to help tackle labor shortages, announced by Republican Montana Governor Greg Gianforte. Gianforte says that Montana will end participation in a range of federal programs created in March 2020 by the CARES Act and extended several times throughout the pandemic to support millions of Americans forced out of work by the pandemic. They are the first state to do so far. After June 27th, Montana will stop giving recipients of jobless aid the additional $300 per week offered from the federal pandemic unemployment compensation stimulus program. The state will stop participating also in the PEUC program, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program, which provides additional weeks of federally funded jobless aid benefits or unemployment bonuses or extended unemployment payments to recipients who have exhausted their state's allowances, as well as the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, which expanded benefits to gig workers, contractors, and others who don't normally qualify for traditional unemployment insurances. Those programs were extended through August by President Biden's third stimulus check package. Montana will instead use the funds from the March relief bill, the third stimulus check package, to give $1,200 bonus checks to people who have had an active unemployment claim as of May 4th and then accept a job offer and complete at least 4 weeks of paid work. Many Republicans and right leaning economists argue that expanded unemployment aid is keeping workers on the sidelines because the federal supplements push weekly benefits above the average wage in some states. So, again, this is one of those situations that you could look at it as a negative. It could affect you negatively, or you could look at it as a positive and it could affect you positive. No doubt that both of these issues will have some winners and some losers, for lack of a better word. In this case, it's going to be the people who are going to miss out on benefits are going to be people that are currently unemployed in Montana. And if this might start to happen in other states, I'll keep you updated as well. But for example, if you're currently unemployed in Montana, at least starting in, what was it, June 27th, when that'll start. So it won't go into effect immediately. But if you did lose your job, then you would not get the $300 per week unemployment bonus. However, if you do qualify for that back to work bonus, you will get a $1,200 check. So it's kind of one of those things where there's some good and there's some bad. And I'm already hearing some chatter that some other Republican run governors are considering this. So if you have a Republican run state, this could be something that happens in the future. I don't, just knowing Republicans and knowing Democrats, not being a Republican or being a Democrat, I don't think we would really see this from too many Democratic states. This is probably a more Republican thing, is that they don't want to provide unemployment benefits. They'd rather provide go get back to work benefits. So it seems like they're still going to use the same amount of money to give it to unemployed people. It's just that they're going to give you a bonus for going back to work instead of, say, a weekly $300 a week per week bonus while you don't have a job. So it's kind of an incentive to get off unemployment. And then once you go and do get a job, then they're going to give you a $1,200 bonus once you've worked there for 4 weeks. So let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this is hurting people? Do you think this will continue to spread to other states? I'll keep you updated. As you know, I bring you the truth, the good and the bad. Sometimes there's good and bad in certain circumstances, but just know that I'll bring you the current information. Okay, next up, let's move on to some good news. Pretty much just good news all around, not good and bad. I don't know. Maybe this one is maybe this one is bad for some people, and that would be if you're not vaccinated. Remember how we've been talking about all these new free programs coming out, like Krispy Kreme? You can get a donut per day if you're vaccinated, and Nathan's hot dogs. You can get hot dogs from, and Budweiser. You could get a free beer from if you're vaccinated. Well, and actually, some states are coming out with like $100 gift cards, and we're starting to see all these kind of like bribes or like rewards or however you want to look at it if you're vaccinated or if you become vaccinated. We're seeing some states actually offer up cold hard cash. Well, we've just upped that to the next level and gone to small prizes to really major prizes. And that is the NFL is going to give 50 free Super Bowl tickets to vaccinated fans. As you know, Super Bowl tickets are highly sought after and cost thousands and thousands of dollars. That's right. The NFL announced on Wednesday that fans vaccinated against the coronavirus will have an opportunity to win free Super Bowl tickets to next year's Super Bowl. Fans who share why they got vaccinated or soon will be eligible to win a pair of tickets to Super Bowl LVI. What is that? Like 56? Super Bowl 56? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just a quick guess there. The league said it is giving away 50 free Super Bowl tickets, and Super Bowl LVI, or 56, I think, will be held at Los Angeles SoFi Stadium on February 13th. Quote, this campaign is the latest step of the league's response to help the country recover and return to normalcy, the league wrote in a statement. That the NFL plans to offer vaccinated fans a 25% discount in addition on purchases made at the league's shop at NFLshop.com later this year. Additional details on how to win the Super Bowl tickets will be announced Saturday during the Global Citizens Vax Live concert to reunite the world, the NFL said. Just remember, if you win an NFL ticket, don't forget your boy here, your favorite YouTuber to watch. It's Jimmy, because damn, going to the Super Bowl would be pretty awesome. Nah, I'm just kidding. But if you do win, please let me know, because that would be absolutely amazing. You'd win Comment of the Week for that one. Next up, some more good news. The IRS has delivered another batch of $1,400 stimulus checks to people who haven't yet received them. The IRS says now that they have disbursed 164 million payments. The IRS says they will deliver an eighth batch of stimulus checks this week, delivering another 1.1 million Americans checks this week. Okay, the latest round, worth more than $2 billion, went to 585,000 individuals who recently filed a 2020 tax return. The government has urged Americans who do not receive federal benefits nor typically file tax returns to submit one this year in order to provide the IRS with their payment information and receive their stimulus cash. The IRS also sent 570,000 checks or direct deposits to the plus up payments, they're calling it, to taxpayers who are owed more money based on their 2020 tax returns. And the IRS has figured out they owe you more money. Maybe you had a new dependent in the family. Maybe you had a new baby, or you made less money in 2020, and now the IRS owes you more stimulus money. The IRS also urges Social Security beneficiaries urged to file a tax return if you're missing a stimulus check at this point. The Social Security Administration says that if you're still waiting on a stimulus check, you should file a tax return as soon as possible in order to get your money, the Social Security Administration says. The announcement pertains to the first $1,200 and second $600 stimulus checks, the first and second stimulus check. Even if you have no income, you should file a return if you are missing those checks, says the Social Security Administration. Filing a tax return can also help the IRS process the third $1,400 stimulus checks the government is still sending out. Quote, most Social Security beneficiaries and Supplemental Security Income SSI recipients should have received their stimulus checks by now. So remember, filing a 2020 tax return, you can only claim stimulus checks 1 and 2 because stimulus check 3 is for this year, 2020 or 2021, and you can't file a 2021 tax return yet, okay? But if you're missing stimulus check 1 or 2, you can file a 2020 tax return, and then they have your information, and then you claim it on line 30. You put the amount that is owed to you, and you will get it as a tax refund. Because remember, a stimulus check is technically a tax refund. It's a refundable. It's an advanced refundable tax credit. Sorry, tax credit is what I meant to say. The next set of good news is the support for a fourth stimulus check in this next American Families Plan, which is the next stimulus package. There's about 15 different items that could be in there, and really, it's really hard to tell what will be in there. And I don't really want to say pick and choose this one will be in there, this one won't be in there, et cetera, because at the end of the day, we could end up seeing half of them in there, 7 out of 15. We could end up seeing 10 of them or 6 of them. We could see stimulus checks in there. We could see the monthly recurring stimulus checks. Regarding stimulus checks being included in this next package, pretty much all the momentum is going forward right now. Number one, we have almost 100 Democrats from Congress, the House and the Senate, that are pushing for and vocalizing their support for not even just a fourth stimulus check, but for monthly recurring stimulus checks. As you know, we have two different bills for a monthly recurring stimulus check. Bill number one in the House is from Representative Rashida Tlaib and co-sponsored by Representative Jayapal, is for a $2,000 relief check one time, then followed by $1,000 monthly recurring payments that would go for probably about 18 months at least. It would go until 1 year after the pandemic is declared over. So 12 months after the government declares that the pandemic emergency is over. The other bill from the Senate, Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, is for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. And this also would go until the pandemic is over, $2,000 per month. So probably think at least 6 months, maybe more. Also, we know that a new petition has come out over the last few days that has over 2 million signatures from you guys, from Americans, that are pushing for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks. Over 2 million people have already signed this, which shows the support to Congress that we need more stimulus checks to help out with the economic recovery of this pandemic or depression. So there's been a lot of positive support for that. There's also been in the last like week or two, the kind of the ones that are the really mover and shakers that have been getting a lot of support, as you probably know, are the child tax credits, with which are monthly payments that the IRS is going to start sending out in July of $250 to $300 per month per child, $250 per month for children over the age of 6 through 17, $300 per month for children under the age of 6. That's already passed for 1 year from the third stimulus check package. And it's really looking very likely that they're going to extend that to at least 2025. There's some Democrats pushing for it to be permanent. I think that 2025 is more likely, which would basically mean 4 more years of monthly payments every single month from the government, stimulus payments or non-stimulus payments. I mean, these bills come from stimulus packages. They came from the third stimulus check package, and now it's going to come from the fourth stimulus package. So whether you consider them a stimulus check or government check or whatever you want to call it, they're likely going to extend that for 4 more years. So that's going to be basically 5 years of monthly stimulus payments. So when you think stimulus payments can't happen, they're already happening with these child tax credits of $250 to $300 per month. Now, that's not enough to make anybody rich. 200, even if you have two kids, you're looking at 500 to 600 a month. I mean, that's great money because it adds up over time every month. But really, it's going to pay a fraction of your rent. So it's not like it's going to make you rich. But every month for years and years to come is amazing. And monthly checks are already happening with this program. So to say they can't happen with a forced stimulus check for everybody that qualifies for stimulus checks. If you got stimulus check 1, 2, and 3, you'd probably qualify for stimulus check number 4. That's for everybody. Yeah, if you think they can't happen, they're already happening with the child tax credit. And that was passed from the third stimulus check package. And now they're going to pass it again with the fourth stimulus check package. So the Democrats who are passing these bills, they're being passed just solely by Democrats. They're for monthly payments, and we got a lot of them pushing for monthly payments in this fourth package. They're also really pushing for the 2 years of free college that President Biden wants, as well as 2 years of free preschool. That would change the game. Imagine being able to go to college for free. There's a lot of Democrats that are pushing to increase it to 4 years, but I personally think they're going to pass it for 2. And then I think they're going to do what they did with the child tax credits. They'll pass it for 2. They'll say, oh, yeah, 2 years of college is great. Now let's increase it to 4. I think that'll be something that might happen in the next package. As yes, Democrats are already saying there's going to have to be another package after these because the economic recovery is not just going to go away. The economic problems are not just going to go away here within the next 30 days. So I will keep you up to date with all these different stimulus items. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet and join our family of subscribers. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications for the first 3 videos of the day. New videos come out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 11 p.m. video, you got to just remember to show up for it. You won't get a notification. And remember, we cover different items and different stimulus packages in different videos, so don't miss out on a video. You can click this top video to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is how to sign the petition in that video for 2,000 stimulus checks. And this video teaches you how to start your own business on Amazon FBA, selling products on Amazon. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.